So this is one of the most requested reviews on this channel. Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau De Parfum. Before we start, if you want to support the channel, you could buy a sample at my store, scentpilot.com, and here's a code to save you money on your first order. Without any further ado, let's get into this review. So if you're not familiar, Guerlain is a niche fragrance. At the same time, you could say it's mass appealing. This is the kind of fragrance that covers many touch points at once. You have a touch of spiciness, a touch of sweetness, most prominently a fruity cherry note, but there's also a touch of a nice, clean, leathery undertone. The sweetness on this one right here will be noticed because it's also combined with some tonka bean and vanilla. And the word l'homme means man in French, so it is targeted more for a masculine audience. But because it's an extremely sweet, fruity fragrance, I can see this one leaning more unisex, where both men and women are able to wear this one equally. The best way to describe this fragrance is imagine a sweet cherry Coke. If you ever had that drink before in your life and you imagine that as a fragrance, it'll be right here for you, ladies and gentlemen. Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau De Parfum. I'm a fragrance influencer. I have a popular men's fragrance here. Can I get your opinion on it? Thank you so much for your time. Love the jewelry, by the way. Very nice.
It's interesting. How long has this been on the paper?
Maybe like 3 minutes, right? Like 3 minutes?
Still pretty fresh?
It's still pretty fresh, right?
It's not bad. I'd be careful with it. I think this is very pleasant. Like, I would probably compliment someone if I saw them wear this.
Yes.
But I can see how it can very easily become overpowering.
Got it. So don't spray this one on too
Not
much.
too much, yeah.
Got
Be
it.
careful with it.
So what kind of man do you imagine wearing this one?
Someone rather well put together.
Put
Classy.
together.
I'm picturing a suit. I'm picturing a well-tailored suit.
That's a nice description.
Maybe wool, linen, nice shoes.
Nice taste, nice fashion, put together.
Yeah, someone who knows what he's doing.
Nice, I like that. So from 1 to 10, 10 being the best men's fragrance, what would you give this one as a score?
I put out like a solid 7 for like evening fragrance.
Solid 7 for like an evening situation.
Yes,
Okay.
I don't think this is a day wear.
Not a day wave. Okay. So the one we showed you today is going to be Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau De Parfum. This is a popular like niche fragrance that's found in more like expensive boutiques and stuff. Very heavy in cherries when it comes to this one. So is there another men's fragrance you like you want to share with us before I leave?
You know what? I grew up with the staple being Dior Sauvage, and for me that was just like the epitome of, you know, people I worked with, people I met. It was for some reason always Sauvage, so that holds a special place in my heart, of course.
Top selling fragrance today, by the way. Good taste, good taste. Well, thank you so much for your time, okay? Have a good one. Now, as far as the performance with this fragrance, it starts off like a sprinter. Really strong projection in the beginning, but just like a sprinter, it's now going to go the distance. It's going to last about 5 to 6 hours at that point. So the first couple of hours, very noticeable, very good projection. But after that 2-hour mark, it dials back severely and it becomes a very intimate fragrance. So 5 to 6 hours is still not bad as far as the performance, but compared to other fragrances in this price range, it's not going to be the strongest. So to add a little bit more detail as far as the performance, like Bleu de Chanel is around the same price point. I think maybe a little bit more expensive, still below the $200 range, offers better performance. YSL Eau De Parfum, Acqua di Gio Parfum 2024, Dior Sauvage. So it's not going to be as strong as those fragrances, but it is going to bring a unique scent profile to the table. So if you really like this one, maybe carry a travel atomizer or just give this one a couple more sprays. Hi, how are you today?
Hi, good, how are you?
Good, thank you. I'm a fragrance influencer.
Oh, nice.
I have a popular men's fragrance here. Can I get your opinion on it?
Yeah, of course,
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate
yeah, of course. Oh, I really like it.
You really like it?
I do really like it.
Awesome.
What is it?
I'll tell you after.
Oh, God,
We
I do
always
like it.
You like it? That's all good. It's all good. You can be honest with us here. It's not my fragrance.
Very good.
So, what kind of man do you imagine wearing this one? You can be as creative as you want to be.
I feel like a gym guy, like a guy who goes to the gym, but also like, you know, like finance bro, guy in business. I think it's a very like sophisticated smell, I feel.
Sophisticated?
Yeah.
Somebody said that right before you
Oh,
as well.
really?
Like classy,
Yeah.
put together in a way.
Yeah, very.
So we have a finance guy who also is fit. Okay.
That's what I'm imagining in my head right now.
So from 1 to 10, 10 being the best men's fragrance, what would you give this one as a score? And I'll show you the bottle after.
Honestly, like I'd say 8, like a 7 or 8.
7 or
I really
8?
like it,
Okay,
yeah.
solid score. So the one we showed you is a niche fragrance
Okay.
called Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal
Nice.
Eau De Parfum.
Nice.
Very heavy in cherries. It kind of smells like a cherry Coke in a way.
Okay.
All right, so one more question and that's it, okay?
No worries.
Is there another men's fragrance you like, you want to share with us, or we should know about?
I know my boyfriend wears the Armani.
Acqua di Gio, Armani Code.
Oh my goodness, I'm blanking on the name. It's like an orange bottle.
Is it Armani Code Absolute? Like clearish, orange,
my
brown
God.
cap?
Yes.
Armani Code. Oh,
believe it's
Acqua di
that
Gio
one.
Absolute.
I
Okay,
believe
yeah,
it's
yeah,
that
yeah.
one, yes.
It's like a very fresh, sweet
Yes,
fragrance.
I really like it.
Good.
So orange bottle with a black lid. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on it. But
I think
really
it might
like
be that one. We'll
Yes.
put a picture for the guys out there.
I really like that one.
Well, you were awesome.
Yes,
thank you so
thank
much
you
for your
so
time.
much. Nice meeting
Nice to
you.
meet you too. Have a good one. She was awesome. And you also have to give this one credit for being a unique fragrance. Like when you first smell this one, it may come off a bit too sweet, but then the more you smell it, you kind of enjoy the uniqueness that it offers and the sophistication that this fragrance really has. So credit where credit is due. Definitely unique, and it's a great niche fragrance for a beginner because it's not going to be the most expensive niche fragrance on the market either. For less than $200, you're able to own a Guerlain. So great beginner niche fragrance. Now, as far as the versatility, I could easily see this one as a signature scent. Why? Because it does have a very clean undertone, although it's a very sweet fragrance. Plus, because it doesn't have the strongest projection, it's not going to come off cloying in the warmer weather. So you can easily wear this one as your signature. The only place I wouldn't wear this fragrance is the gym. I feel like it's a bit too classy for those situations. But as far as any other occasion, easily a signature. Let's ask her. Hey, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. So I'm a fragrance influencer.
Okay.
I have a popular men's fragrance here. Can I get your opinion on it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, I love it.
You love it?
I would go out with someone.
You'll go out with someone wearing this fragrance. So what kind of man do you imagine as far as the presentation that would wear this fragrance?
Honestly, I feel like you'd be very versatile. Like, I feel like a nice man.
A nice man, versatile.
Yeah,
So he could pretty much go from dressed up, dressed down, but still look nice. Is that a good way to say
that's
it?
perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So from 1 to 10, 10 being the best men's fragrance, what would you give it as a score?
Honestly, I don't know many men's, but like, I'd give it a 10. If I was a man, I'd wear this.
Solid score.
Yeah.
So the one we showed you today is Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau De Parfum.
This is nice.
It's very nice. It's a niche fragrance, so it's found in more expensive boutiques.
Okay.
It smells like cherry and leather put together.
So an expensive man.
It is an expensive man with good taste.
Yeah.
So one more question and that'll be it.
Yeah.
Is there another men's fragrance you like you want to share with us?
No. No, I like it.
That's a very common answer, don't
My
worry.
new favorite.
That's your new favorite? Well, that's a statement right there. Well, you're awesome. Send anyone a high five. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Now, the way I see the women's reactions on this one is the same way I view Tom Ford Oud Wood. For a unique scent profile, you have to give it credit because it still remains mass appealing and liked by women. There's certain times where a fragrance tends to branch off too much into the creative space where it kind of loses that mass appealing factor. So for a unique scent profile, to still get positive women's reactions is a positive. Hi, how are you today? I'm a fragrance influencer and I have a popular men's fragrance here. Can I get your opinion on it real quick? Thank you so much for your time. You can take it, give us your honest perspective.
I don't know if it's like subtle or I just got to.
No, it's okay.
It's pretty subtle, I would say.
It's pretty subtle. What do you think?
Maybe I'm just congested. Yeah,
You like it?
I do like it.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys a couple of questions, okay? First one, you can be as creative as you wanna be. What kind of man do you imagine wearing this one?
What kind?
Like a
What kind of man? Presentation one.
corporate, in a suit kind of.
Corporate
Going
suit.
to work.
Someone going to work, so more like a corporate professional kind of fragrance.
Yeah.
So from 1 to 10, 10 being the best men's fragrance, what would you give this one as a score?
Like a 7.5.
I think like an 8.5.
8.5, 7.5. You really like this one.
I really
So the one we showed you today is a niche fragrance from the house of Guerlain, Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau De Parfum. This is a very heavy cherry fragrance, kind of smells like cherry Coke in a way.
Oh.
So one more question and that's it. Is there another men's fragrance you like you want to share with us or we should know about?
I like the Le Labo.
Le Labo.
Yeah, I really like the matcha one.
Expensive taste, by the way, right here. You got the matcha tea right there. I had somebody in the park one time spray me with that fragrance because he had it in her bag and it smells amazing. I have to give you credit. Very nice. What about you? Any men's?
I don't have much knowledge of men's.
That's a very common answer, by the way. The most common answer, in fact. Let's end it with a high five, okay? You guys were awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day. Hi, how are you today? Good, thank you. I'm a fragrance influencer.
Okay.
I have a popular men's fragrance here. Can I get your opinion on it?
Sure.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Nice jewelry, by the way. Looks nice.
Smells good. I don't know what to say.
Smells good? Okay. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions, okay? You can be as creative as you want to be.
Okay.
What kind of man do you imagine wearing this one?
Kind of man do I imagine?
What kind of man?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know a lot of men who even wear fragrance, so
Okay, so is he more classy maybe, put together?
classier.
Classier kind of fragrance? So from 1 to 10, what would you give it as a score? 10 being the best men's fragrance.
I give it like solid 8.
Solid 8, good score. So the one we showed you today is by a niche brand called Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau De Parfum. It kind of smells like a cherry Coke.
Okay. Yeah.
So one more question for you and that's it. Is there another men's fragrance you like you want to share with us or we should know about?
I'm not sure if it's a men's fragrance, but there's one by Gucci that I like.
Gucci Guilty?
It's black.
Probably Gucci Guilty. It is a black bottle. It is a black bottle. Classic fragrance, by the way. Well, thank you so much for your time, okay? Have a good day. Final verdict on Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau De Parfum. A lot of you requested this fragrance, but it was very difficult for me to find. I ended up going to this store called Bergdorf and Goodman, and they had this one, and this fragrance took me by surprise. A very unique cherry fragrance that pretty much smells like a cherry Coke. The scent profile has a very addictive quality. I've been wanting to reach for this fragrance more and more. The performance, like I said earlier, it's like a sprinter. Starts off with strong projection, but eventually it doesn't go the distance and it becomes more of a soft projecting fragrance. As far as the versatility, you could easily wear this one as your signature. It does have more of an evening out fall winter vibe due to the sweetness, but because it has a clean undertone, you could easily wear this one as your signature. And when it comes to the women's reactions, it got some really good scores, especially for a unique style of fragrance. We have some 10s, 8s, 9s, and a few scores in that 7 to 7.5 range. I think it's a great beginner niche fragrance, especially if you're looking for something under $200 that you could also wear for those status situations. So hope you guys enjoyed my review of Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau De Parfum. If you did, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below what video you want to see next. Make sure to subscribe, and if you want to support the channel, you can buy a sample at my store, scentpilot.com, and here's a code to save you money on your first order. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.